play ball, Las Vegas. This is Covering the Bases with the A's. Sponsored by Big Bully Turf.
What's up, baseball fans? Welcome to the first ever Vegas show devoted strictly to athletics baseball. This is Covering the Bases with the A's. I'm your host, Mike Davis. Let's take a look at what's on deck. Here's the batting order for today's show. The Big Amish is honored as American League Player of the Month. A's number 3 overall prospect, Gage Jump, gets his first major league win. And later, Jenny Kavnar talks A's road trip. Plus, he's a legendary broadcaster. Ken Korak is going to join the show. But first, Nick Kurtz continues to rack up the hardware.
Line drive into left, that's dropping fast, and it gets down. Kurtz an RBI single, and the A's lead 5-4.
The Big Amish has won American League Player of the Month in May. Nick Kurtz topping off the recognition with a game-winning single Wednesday in Chicago. Kurtz becomes the third athletics player to be awarded the honor multiple times. With that, he joins the company of Jose Canseco and Jason Giambi. Kurtz now has 4 monthly awards to his name. Here's manager Mark Kotze on the recognition.
For me, it was like a very sleepy, successful month. I mean, you know, when the announcement came and hit the email this morning, I had to think about it, say, yeah, you know what, actually that was a pretty good month.
Taking a closer look at Kurtz's numbers in May, the Big Amish batted .333, 5 home runs, 26 RBI, which led all the majors in May. He also ranked first in OPS. Now, after starting the season pretty slow, the big man is starting to get hot. Meanwhile,
here comes a 1-2. Swing and a miss, the 2-2. And half no argument. He bucked a foul. And that's in there, and Suzuki is gone. Jump gets the punch out. Swing and a miss, and Happ is gone on strikes.
Kelly flies it to center. On the 85th pitch of Jump's game, he gets the 3rd out of the 7th. He's through 7 innings with a 1-run lead.
Meanwhile, Gage Jump, the young lefty, shutting down the Cubs for his first major league win. Jump, in just his 2nd career start, goes 7 innings. And look at the numbers right now. He threw a gem, allowing just 1 run, and even crazier, allowing just 1 hit after the 2nd inning, retiring the final 14 batters faced. But Jump, he was unsatisfied. Here he was after the win.
The result's the result, but if you look at the result throughout the season, I think personally I wouldn't be in a good spot. So I look at the execution afterwards, and if it's not up to par, then I work on it. Take the result out of it. Tonight, you know, they just put swings on the ball and missed the barrel. The fastball was good, but, you know, I got to be able to land the breaking balls when I need them. So that'll bring more swing and miss, and that's what I need right now. So, but I'll take going deep in games, obviously.
I thought Gage, this was the best I've seen him. Obviously, you know, 7 innings, 1 run, and, you know, for him after the first, like you said, just settled in, you know, getting out of the first, giving up, you know, 2 hits right away. You know, a lot of times you could let that spiral, and, you know, he didn't. So that was an outing that we've talked about with Gage, that you don't need to strike everybody out. You just need to get people out. And I think that was the blueprint for success for him going forward.
Good stuff for Gage Jump. Can't wait to see what he does with the rest of his career. Now, time really flies by. What if I told you that the All-Star Game voting has already started? Yes. Right now, you can vote for your favorite athletics to play in the 2026 MLB All-Star Game. I'm talking about Nick Kurtz. I'm talking about Shea Langoliers and all your other favorites. To make your voice heard, just go to MLB.com/All-Star. All right, on deck, A's broadcaster Jenny Kavnar is joining me. We're going to talk the road trip the A's are on, Nick Kurtz, and all the excitement surrounding the Las Vegas series next week.
And before we had to break, a trivia question for you. On this day, 11 years ago, a guy named Pat Venditti made his Major League debut for the A's. He became the first pitcher in Major League history to do what? Be ambidextrous, be born in Italy, earn a PhD, or win the lottery during a game? We got the answer after the break.
Play ball, Las Vegas. This is Covering the Bases with the A's. Sponsored by Big Bully Turf.
All right, we're back with an answer to this question. 11 years ago today, A's pitcher Pat Venditti became the first Major League pitcher to do what? Well, he is Italian, but he wasn't born in Italy. The answer is be ambidextrous. Yes, he threw the ball with both hands. Venditti debuted against the Boston Red Sox, first throwing lefty here against a left-handed batter, and then when the platoon advantage favored him against the righty batter, he switched gloves and threw with his right arm. So no precedent for this up to this point. Baseball, Major League Baseball had to make a rule that made it legal for him to switch gloves in the middle of an inning and put it on the hand he wasn't throwing with.
All right, so now we're joined by A's broadcaster Jenny Cavnar. Jenny, great to see you again. Let's get into this road trip and everything that's happening. So obviously a great series win over the Cubs. Now you guys are going to head to Houston to take on the Astros. And the last time that the A's were actually in Houston taking on the Astros, we remember that historic evening, that great game Nick Kurtz had, going 6 for 6 with 4 home runs in a single game, becoming the first rookie to ever do that, the first A's player in franchise history to hit 4 home runs. But Kurtz is just on a heater. Player of the month in May. Tell us what it's been like to watch him and how excited are you to see him maybe carry on some of these numbers when he heads back to Houston?
Yes, it's crazy to think that Nick Kurtz is just now heating up, right? This is a guy that last year, Rookie of the Year, such a magical season for him. And if you didn't know Nick Kurtz's name, if you weren't an A's fan, if you were outside of the AL West following this team and just in baseball, you got to know Nick Kurtz real quick when he had the 4 home run game in Houston. Obviously went 6 for 6 and all the total bases that he had there to set some records like you mentioned. But I think for Nick Kurtz this season, it's been a little bit different, right? We hadn't seen the power early. We did see him walk. We saw him get on base. 48 consecutive games for the on-base streak. Of course, that went into the month of May. That helped him earn Player of the Month in the American League. But as Mark Kotsay said, it was kind of sleepy. He's like, I had to double check the numbers. And I was like, oh yeah, like quietly, Nick Kurtz had such a consistent month. And it wasn't that he was, overpowering with the home run. It wasn't that he was overpowering in terms of the walk category and getting on base. It was just consistent, all of the numbers across the board. And so I think it's been really impressive. And now we've seen the power come in bunches. We saw a home run here at Wrigley for him. And we obviously saw the game-winning hit in the 10th inning, too, in Game 2. So he's been doing it in a variety of ways. He's such a catalyst of this offense. And when he gets going, which is hard to believe, he still isn't quite all there. Like I mentioned, those home runs are going to come in bunches, and they'll continue as the months heat up in June and July. But he heats up against the Houston Astros. It's not just that one game that he had. He's played 13 games against the American League West rivals, and he hits, I had to write the numbers down, 462 against Houston with 9 total home runs, 7 doubles, 24 total hits. So this guy can't wait to see those Astros colors at Dakin Park, and I'm sure he's going to have a pretty big series over the weekend.
Wow, insane numbers there. Sometimes you just have another team's number. He's been playing great, of course. Yes, American League Player of the Month for May, leading the majors in RBI. As we're wrapping up here, let's talk about the excitement of the Las Vegas series. So Brewers and Rockies, we're finally going to get some Major League Baseball action here in Las Vegas at Las Vegas Ballpark. How excited are you, the guys, the whole team, just to be able to bring home some of this energy before 2028?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of buzz around it, right? There's the excitement of just getting there, feet on the ground, and all at the same time. I think a lot of players have taken their stops through Las Vegas. A lot of the front office people have obviously either, been moving to Las Vegas or been there plenty, but to have everyone in the organization there at the same exact time for an entire week and be able to be embraced by the community, see the buzz and the excitement for Major League Baseball coming to town in 2028. And then I think to get eyes on the stadium being built, right? We're seeing seeing the pictures, we're seeing video, we're watching those beams go up. And I know for those players, especially the ones who have signed extensions and contracts who know they'll be playing in Las Vegas, it'll be really cool for them to get there and imagine what 2028 is going to look like, and that will be their home ballpark. And then, just to play games, play major league games in Las Vegas, have a couple of teams coming in, and like you said, in the Brewers and the Rockies, those organizations. And I just think it's going to be great. I can't wait to see the fans out there. I know the players are really looking forward to it. And again, a lot of these players have played in that ballpark and been at the AAA level just within the last couple of years. So I think that they have a great fan base. I think those fans are going to be so excited to welcome them back in major league uniforms, and it'll be just a really neat experience.
Yeah,
and maybe hot.
Oh, it's going to be hot, but the ties are strong, and the ties just keep getting stronger. Jenny Cavnar, thanks so much for spending a lot of time with us. We appreciate it. Good luck on the rest of this road trip, and we'll see you here in Vegas.
Always. Can't wait to see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Ranked as the Athletics' number 10 overall prospect, middle infielder Joshua Kuroda-Grauer earned himself a promotion in recent weeks, moving from AA Midland to AAA Las Vegas. I had the chance to sit down with him to discuss his development since being drafted in 2024.
Here's the pitch.
Welcome back to Vegas. What was your reaction to getting the call back up here to work with Fran?
Yeah, in 2024 when I got drafted, came up here for a week, and me and Fran had a running joke. He said, I'll see you soon, so it's real nice to be back up here officially.
And for you, what is it about your game that you feel like led you to this call-up? I know at the plate you're producing a lot better than you were last season. What's just been working for you?
I think it's just coming into knowing who I am as a player, knowing I'm a contact guy, but then throwing up some weight in the offseason, trying to shoot balls in the gaps and hit for more power. But in total, just run production, trying to score runs, get on base for the sluggers behind me to drive me in.
Now, this entire farm system, this organization, the prospects have been moving through pretty quickly. How encouraging is that for you from your perspective, just seeing some of your teammates and the guys around you moving up?
Yeah, it's real encouraging. I think just seeing that, the possibility that what can be can actually come true. So I think it's just extra motivation to go out there and continue to work hard, continue to produce on the field.
And what has your experience been like with the overall organization?
Yeah, like I tell anyone that I talk about the athletics with, I love my time here. In my 2.5, 3 years I've been here, I think the coaching's been great. I think the development's been great, and I think I owe them a lot of credit to where I am today.
Getting involved in professional baseball, it's a grind. For you, what is your motivation? What is your why behind, continuing to compete at whatever level it is the ball club puts you in?
I just think it's a testament to my parents. My mom's back home, just how they've supported me, how they've sacrificed so much in their life to get me to be able to play a sport that I love for a living. I think I just owe it to them to go out there, give my best every day, and continue to try and climb to get to the big leagues.
Much like we've seen from other top prospects within the organization, JKG prides himself on his ability to be versatile and play whatever position is asked of him, something that has been a key factor in how quickly players move through this farm system.
All right, next up, a legend. He's going to join the show. Kevin Bollinger is going to go one-on-one with A's broadcaster Ken Korach.
Play ball, Las Vegas. This is Covering the Bases with the A's. Sponsored by Big Bully Turf.
We've got 3 outfielders on this week's edition of my Green and Gold Countdown of the top 50 players in athletics history. 1 in right, 1 in left, and 1 in center. A couple of them have the classic nicknames you'll only find in early 20th century baseball.
On the very first athletics team in 1901, Napoleon Lajoie was far and away their best hitter, leading the entire league in almost every batting category. But their second best hitter was a guy named Sox. Ralph Orlando Seabold, whose nickname origin is actually still a mystery, joined the team as a 30-year-old, as the last player signed to the new franchise. And he turned in 7 solid seasons, leading the majors in home runs in 2002, and also in fielding percentage by a right fielder 3 times. In left field for those early A's teams was Topsy Hartzell. He was small, even for the time, at 5'5", and he used his small strike zone to his advantage. He was an on-base machine, leading the league in walks 5 times as an Athletic, a perfect leadoff man for 3 pennant-winning teams. Fast forward about 60 years, center fielder Dwayne Murphy's career was bookended by pennant-winning A's teams, but despite missing out on playoff success, he was one of the league's best center fielders in the early 80s. Murphy won the first 6 Gold Gloves of the decade with outstanding fielding. In fact, he recorded more putouts and assists per game than any center fielder in history. He once said, "The thing he loves most about baseball is taking hits away from people." And Murph was also a good hitter, specializing in power. He's still top 15 in A's history in homers.
Next week, we got a couple more recent players, guys who shared a rotation, actually, that anchored the Moneyball teams built by Billy Beane on Green and Gold Throwback.
No one is better suited to talk about the A's than broadcaster Ken Korach. He's been with the organization for 3 decades and has seen it all. Korach sat down with Kevin Bollinger to talk about this year's team.
We knew this team has the potential to kind of take the next step. I think we're seeing that this season with the team that's kind of playing up to what we thought they would be.
Yeah, I think so, and I think that it goes back to spring training because Mark Kurtz embraced the expectations. That was one of the positive things because I think this is a club that can contend this year, whether or not they're going to stay in first place or win the division. But I think they can certainly be in there for a wild card. And right now, you look at the American League; it's just kind of a muddled picture anyway. So, yeah, I think this is a team that's capable of reaching the postseason.
One of the things we knew was going to have to improve was the bullpen, and it was better on the back end of last season. What have you seen from the bullpen this year that maybe is going to help them take that next step over 162 games?
Well, it's a great question. I think Kurtz has this stew, and he has all these ingredients, and he puts all the stuff into the stew, and then he spoons somebody out, because there really aren't defined roles down there right now. Several guys have saves, and I think the key to that thing is that they've all embraced that. So sometimes with clubs, guys really want to have those defined roles. So it might be a situation for Jack Perkins in the 6th inning. It might be for Perkins in the 9th, and the same thing with Hogan Harris and some of the other guys down there. So I think those guys deserve a lot of credit for embracing the fact that things aren't real clearly defined. But I think Kurtz has done really a masterful job of matching up the right pitcher in the right situation. And that, I think, ultimately is the big key to managing a bullpen.
It helps that the starters have gone a little deeper into games this year too, right?
You got to get your starters deep into games. I'd like to see them go a little bit deeper. It's a recipe for disaster, I think, over the long haul. If your starters are only going 4 2/3 or 5 1/3. So, and I think as the season goes along, guys build up more and more. And I would expect to see the starters even going deeper as we get a little bit further into the season.
When you're back home in Henderson, are you feeling the momentum and the buzz about the A's? Because it seems like it is growing.
I felt it a lot more this year than the year before. And I think it also goes back to the Experience Center opening up, and where people can actually walk in there and literally get a feel for what it will be like to be in the new ballpark. So that was, I think, things from a perception standpoint took a quantum leap when the Experience Center opened up. Another thing that happened that kind of solidified that this is really real now, along with the long-term contracts, and also it doesn't hurt that the club's played well.
You've been doing this for so long, 30 years with the A's. When you see this young, exciting club on the rise, does that re-energize you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I love coming to the ballpark, and I still enjoy doing it. It's obviously more fun when your team is winning. Everybody's in a much better mood when the team is doing well, but I try to not let the wins and losses affect me that much, because ultimately we have a job to do no matter what, and that's to entertain the audience. But yeah, it's a whole lot more fun when things are going well.
Play ball, Las Vegas. This is Covering the Bases with the A's. Sponsored by Big Bully Turf.
All right, welcome back. Let's take a look at the road ahead. Just one more series until the A's are here in Vegas for 2 consecutive Las Vegas ballpark homestands. So after wrapping things up with the Cubs, the A's are going to continue their road trip as they head to Houston for an AL West battle with the Astros. Now, Houston has been underperforming this season, but one man is certainly not. Mr. Yordan Alvarez. He's second in the league on home runs with 21. He's got top 5 in hits in the league, top 5 in average as well. Now the A's will be sending Jack Perkins and Gage Jump for 2 out of 3 of those games in Houston. And get this, the last time the A's visited Houston, not only did the A's sweep them in 4 games, but it was the Nick Kurtz coming out party. We need to go back to July 2025 as the Big Amish had a historic evening on Friday the 25th, going 6 for 6 with 4 home runs, becoming the first A's player in franchise history with a 4 home run game and the first rookie in MLB history with a 4-homer game. But as I mentioned, after this divisional battle, the Athletics will come to Vegas, specifically Summerlin, where they will take part in 2 homestands at the Las Vegas ballpark. The first series kicking off on Monday. That will be 3 games with the NL Central leading Milwaukee Brewers, and as of taping, they're 37-22 with the 3rd best record in the majors. Then the guys are going to be staying put with one more homestand in Vegas, taking on the Colorado Rockies as a final part of that 6-game series. So 6 games, 6 opportunities to see Major League Baseball right here in Las Vegas. And if you're planning on going to check them out, here's a 6-game ticket pack. Tickets available right now for both the Brewers and Rockies series. Just go to athletics.com/Vegas and you can see there's some great promotions there available, from a jersey to some hats and of course a Nick Kurtz bobblehead. You got to make sure you go grab that on June 14th. And once again, Mariah and I are going to be live for Silver State Sports Live at the ballpark on Monday at 2 p.m. Fox 5 and Triple SEN. Make sure you go see us. We'll see you next time here on Covering the Bases with the A's.